Hello, it's the Rainy Duck here again, and today I've got two replays, and it's going to be a little bit different. As the title will tell you, decent defeats. That's exactly what they are. Sometimes you can have a game, you can do all you can to try and win the game, but you just can't get that win. But the game itself is still decent. So I thought that's what I'll do today. The first replay I have for you is in the British medium tank. It's one of the many Centurions, the Centurion 5-1. This is basically it's basically the Bellefonds tank, but sort of the unskinned version of that. I don't know if you've played that tank. It's basically the same tank. The turret on this is so nice. It's such a good turret, and do you know what? The actual look of the tank, for me anyway, I really like the look of this tank. We're on Sunset Coast, and that, well, to be honest with you, it's basically, another way of putting it, it's airfield, but made worse. They've got airfield, they've taken all the sort of viewpoints you would usually have, ruined those. There's multiple spawns on this Sunset Coast, which I think makes it worse. And today we're in the encounter version of the map. But anyway, that's enough about that. We'll sort of move on to the replay itself. So, as you say, see, I've taken up a position right now where I can go hold down in my tank, and I've got lots of shots right now. So they're really going to struggle to penetrate me because of my armour on my turret. You know, as you say, I've just blocked there a shot of the T-32. This turret armour, honestly, is so good. The only danger about me being in that position is the artillery, but honestly, at this point, it's so hard to play arty safe all the time. You can play arty safe and try and play that way, but then if you do that, you're just going to miss out on the damage. So sometimes you just have to take that gamble. As you can see, I've got a lot of tanks in front of me now, but I feel like, I feel I'm pretty safe because, like I say, I've got my armour on this tank, which I can rely on the turret. You really can rely on the turret armour, and I've got really good DPM. As you can see, Artie just took a shot at me there. Fortunately missed, but I still lost a chunk of health to him. But it could have been worse. It could have been worse. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I don't know. I'm not feeling so confident because I just felt like they might just come round on me, and I didn't really have enough. Well, I didn't feel like I had enough support. But if they did decide to full send, it might end the game for me. So I thought, right, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to stay in one position. Artie's shooting at me anyway. Let's try and move this up. Let's try and take a different area of the map. And I was thinking maybe I can just get round the back of them. But I've come around here, and obviously I've spotted a T-77 in their spawn. And now again, I'm just going to put a few shots into him. I'm hold down, but I'm trying to back up. And unfortunately, here's what happens. Suddenly there's a dragon behind me. But to be fair to him, I think when he realised that he was stopping me from reversing, he did move off. Sometimes people don't do that, so no credit for them for that. I'm grateful. So now I've asked him to follow me because I'm saying now they've pushed round, I can come round and start putting shots in this guy ways in the open into Type 5-9. I'm thinking, right, let's just get a gun out of the game. Let's start taking the gun out. He's pushed round, he's made a mistake, and we've managed to take him out successfully. So that's great. Already I've picked up 2k damage, a couple of kills, 69 assistance. So it's not going too bad at the moment. I think in this game I was fairly close to my free mark in this tank as well. So I didn't, I wanted to be a little bit careful. I wanted to push the pace though, so I can make sure I can make the most of this game and actually progress on my mark of excellence. So the T-32, which was in a bit of an annoying position for me at the start of the game, he's now on a one shot. So I've got the back of my mind I would like to take that tank out. But at this point, I've seen this medium tanks pushed around, so I tried to push behind him to take him out. And I got very lucky. I actually set him on fire, so that's helped me quite nicely. He has just penned me there, which is unfortunate. I could probably, as it turns out, I could have done one of those hit points later on in the game, but that's where it is. So at this point, it's a 5 versus 7 now, but at this point I'm still feeling relatively confident. but it's still possible to get something out of this game because I've taken the people out which were in front of me, and I've now got quite a dominant position on the enemy. I know if they're camping in a base, I'll have shots from them from this position. But yeah, now we're playing a bit peekaboo with this T-77. Now I do have in the back of my mind that if I get lit, artillery, is still in the game, so he can put shots at me from here. So that's my biggest gripe at the moment, because I feel like most of the other tanks I can sort of go a bit hold down, use the hard cover to my advantage, but unfortunately the artillery would make light work of that. So yeah, I put a few shots. I've got two angles to worry about now. So when I overextend to shoot these tanks down the bottom, I do have to be careful that I then don't get shot from the guys in their spawn. But they're a little bit distracted from our greenies moving into them, so that gives me an opportunity to poke over and get a few shots in. I was just trying to take a gun out of the game, was what I wanted to do, because like I say, they're up on numbers, so if I can, but they do have a few one shots, so if I could take them out, it's really going to help us win the game. Now this AMX 5100, he is possibly a two shot, most likely a three shot with this gun, and with the sort of 6.0 damage changes. But he is something to watch out for, because he could easily clip me out now. He would only need sort of 3 shells to do it, and he is a threat, but I feel like he's dumped his clip, so I'm going on him now to see if I can take him out quickly, because in my opinion he's a danger to me right now. I need to take him out while he's reloading, so he doesn't get a chance just to surprise me and kill me. Now it is risky here. I could take a shot off another tank from their base, but again, I don't feel like I've got a choice right now. I have to take him out of the game. I have to take that gamble. Now I spotted the T-77 at the base. Now I've sort of got a bit of a wreck in front of me and a little bit of a ridge which is keeping me sort of hold down, but I can't stay there because, well, there you go, that's why. Artillery's just slapped me. I guess it could have killed me if he actually made full connection, but he's taken away about sort of 400 hit points. It's left me on like a one shot to most of their tanks now, and I think taking that shot is ultimately why this ends in a defeat, because I feel like I needed those extra hit points. But it is what it is. This E25 is engaging their TD, and I managed to pull the slimmest of kill shots there. As you can say, he's got a great shot. I mean, I'm not so sure I would have hit that shot prior to 6.0, but that was really nice. That was big actually. Now I'm thinking that it's 2 versus 3. It's winnable, but again, it's me only being on 239 hit points. I can't take a shot now, and that's big. I really kind of felt like I needed to be able to take at least one shot to be able to win this game. But as you can see, we've had a pretty decent game, right? We've won 4k damage, 69 assistance. I think we're on about sort of 4 or 5 kills at the moment, so it's been going alright. So I'm trying to spot them now. I'm trying to get in a position where if I spot them at the crossing so I get the intel, I can then fall down and I've got cover. Because at the moment I need to be able to know where they are, basically, so that I can sort of plan my position in. So I've gone around here to see if I can see him coming round, and as I do, I believe I spot the father. Yeah, here we go, he's come round. He's still not swinged his aimer onto me yet, which is odd, but here you go, he spotted me now. I'm on one shot when he's taking me out. See, I feel like I had a chance. If I could have took one shot there, although the T-77 was coming in, I still felt I had a chance, but as it was, I didn't have enough hit points to carry the game in the end. This season drive, he did the right thing, right? He got as far back as he can, uses the bush. He's got phenomenal camo. We tried to play together, but unfortunately, I just couldn't get the win. But it's ended pretty decently. As I say, we've got 6 kills, just shy of 5,000 damage, 200 assistance, and 669 block damage. Top gun, ace tanker, high caliber. So yeah, as I say, the game's gone pretty well. I say what's left now is to move on to the next game. I'll see you in a bit. Hello, so we're back again. This time we're in one of my favourite tanks now, the British tank destroyer, the Charioteer. We're on quite a decent map actually. One of the ones they brought back, Highway. Yeah, I do quite like this map, and it turns out to be a really good game, but we don't really travel that far, which often can happen on this spawn. But yeah, this tank, I mean, if you see my other replay in it, well, I've got Paul's medal. You know, you'll see what I've said about the tank. It's got a great gun. It's got 210 Hesh pen for 480 alpha and a 7.4 seconds reload without activating the food. It's absolutely crazy, right? You can just really rack up the damage on this tank. I love it. I really do love it. And it's so quick. It's so movable. It's so flexible. I really do like it. So on this map, on the highway, on this spawn, I do tend to come to this position. As you can see, we've got no artillery to worry about either in this mode, which is really nice change of pace. So I can use this ridge line with a lot more freedom, knowing when I get spotted, all I have to do is move back off the ridge to block line of sight to the enemy guns, and I don't have to worry about the artillery shell coming up afterwards. So I do have more freedom, and I can feel a little bit more comfortable on this ridge. However, having said that, this 292 light tank is taking a really early aggressive position, and that is going to keep me lit, which makes it a bit more difficult for me, because every time I poke, you'll notice there I'll get my 6th sense and the detected symbol appearing. But what happens at this sort of spawn, when they, you quite often catch their heavy tanks out, as I'm doing here, and you can really rack up a lot of damage quite quickly. I mean, this Tiger P, unfortunately, he's having a rough time of it, right? He's got tracked. He's basically lost his full tank there. Again with this Tiger 1, he's stock, as you can see by the turret, and he's not had a great game, right? That's 2 heavies immediately taken out of the game straight away. Now, yeah, all I'm doing basically is, like I say, I'm just waiting for shots. That's all I'm doing. I've already picked up 2k damage, 2k assist, well, just shy of 2k damage, just shy of 2k assistance. So, and we're only a couple of minutes in. So this game has started really well for me. And again, I think at this point I'm very close to my 3rd mark on this tank. I mean, look at that. I've just taken out that another heavy crossing. So that's 3 tanks which tried to cross there, and they just didn't even make it. So that is something to be aware of when you're actually crossing there yourself. Be careful. If you're lit, don't just keep pushing across, because you're just going to get shot, and you're going to throw your tank away before you've even had a chance to really get involved into the game. Now, at this point, I'm very aware that it's not going to be long before I've got tanks appearing in my base, because we haven't really taken control of the middle, which often happens this mode. But having said that, my mindset is I need to just try and get as much damage to the heavy tanks coming through sort of the town area while I can, so that hopefully we can win that side, and that means I only have to worry about defending the base. Unfortunately, that doesn't really happen like that, but I do, as you can see, I can put in a lot of punishment into this ISM and the IS6. I'm already up to just shy of 4k damage, and while they're presenting me shots, I'll be a fool not to take them. But no, it's at this point, it's at the stage which I was expecting. They've now come into the base. So, I'm still in a position where I can just get shots into their tanks when they push through. If they were all capping, then I would have had to push forward to the ridge in front of me, most likely, to get shots into all of them. But as it is, they're not capping, and it's allowing me to get shots into these guys. So I've really got no need to reposition right now. I feel like I'm in a good position, because we've got tanks sort of defending my rear in the town. But as I say, I do want to get rid of these guys into the town, because then if I managed to have killed the heavy tanks in the town, if they would have killed them quicker, my team could have turned around and helped me deal with the guys in the base quicker, which ultimately I think if that would have happened, it probably would have ended in a win, not a loss. But it is what it is. We'll manage to try and snipe the Chrysler K's cupola. Unfortunately, we don't manage to do that. It's got a difficult one to pen. We've already used all of our standard rounds, and I'm down to my 12 HE rounds. As I said in one of my previous videos, this tank does suffer from the ammo count. But you know, I'm doing well, right? I picked up 5,200 damage. I've just managed to shut down the Italian tier 7, I believe, just over peaking onto that ridge too high. I'm just trying to get as much damage as I can in right now, because I'm really pushing against it. I'm really surrounded. I managed to penetrate the Chrysler K through his lower plate with my Hesh pen, but unfortunately this King Dragon, he's played well. He realised he couldn't win attacking me from that ridge originally, because he was trading 1-for-1, and he basically just decided to flank me, come around, and he's taken me out of the game. And that's a shame, because we was having a really big game there. It was on just shy of 7k damage. So again, it was a loss, but it felt, you know, it felt good to get that much damage in the tier 8 TD. So even though we lost, it felt like a decent defeat, and that's why I wanted to share this video for you today, because like sometimes you just can't win, and if you just can't win, then you just need to make sure you have a good game and get the most out of it for yourself. I picked up 3 kills, just shy of 7,000 damage, just shy of 2,000 assistance, high caliber, ace tanker, and you know, just that's been a really good game, and I really enjoyed marking this tank. But anyway, that's enough for this video, enough of me rambling on. But I hope you enjoyed the replays, and I look forward to delivering more replays for you. So I'll leave you here. Happy tanking.